and being a leader to them. Can you talk to me a little bit about possibly a relationship that you might have with Jason Blackshear and how you've seen him develop over the past year and a half, 2 years?
Well, Jace, he's good. I've been, I just try to walk around, talk to everybody every now. It's good seeing everybody grow. Like, everyone's been doing good, and it's good seeing them like make plays. And I treat everyone the same. You don't want to treat just because it's like people walk-ons and things like that. You want to treat them differently than the ones with scholarships.
Where do you feel like your game is now compared to where you were at the end of last season?
I feel like my game's taking a big step, big jump. Last season I looked myself in the mirror. I had a lot to work on. Moving from DN to D tackle. So I went and looked myself in the mirror, went and worked on it summer. I worked the whole summer on it.
Where would you say those biggest strides came for you?
Probably the game slowing down for me, like watching film, technique-wise, things like that.
How much has Travian Robert help with that, and what has he brought to the room already?
He brought a lot to the room. You see guys understand the game, understand how to watch film, and it's really helping them, being able to talk game with them.
Yeah, Tonka, Shane was kind of talking about it earlier. You kind of are a guy that does everything for this team, playing a little bit of offense, special teams, and defense. Where does that kind of mentality come from for you?
My whole life just doing everything. I played baseball, basketball, and football. I was always doing things like that, doing multiple things, and my parents just strive me on, you don't want to just be good at one thing. You want to be good at multiple things, do multiple things.
And then, I was reading something by Jim Nagy the other day. He's the Senior Bowl executive director or whatever. He was kind of talking about how you're like a sleeper, name for next year's draft. For the people that don't know who you are, what kind of player you are, what can you say about yourself and the player that you are?
Well, they're going to get all of me. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to work hard, and, it's a job at the end of the day, and I want to keep my job.
Yeah. And then, obviously you have, made an impact on special teams and offense. What was that conversation like for you when you first, had the idea of playing, multiple sides of the ball? And what's it been like for you to be out there and doing that?
Oh, it's been fun. Growing up, even though you're on defense, you want to make the big plays, big catch, you want to score touchdowns. But even on defense, it's been good. You just want to help the team out. It's, everything for the team. Like, if I can help us win, I'm gonna do it.
This is what you envisioned when you first came to Carolina?
Not at all. Not at all.
What are your early impressions of new defensive line coach Travian Robert?
Oh man, he's great. Just being a person who played the game, played in the league, learning from him. Like you can pick his brain a little bit, learning like technique things. It's real good.
There's a lot of turnover in that defensive line room. Is there anybody who's kind of caught your eye so far, or some of the younger guys?
I feel like all of them caught my eye. All of them I've been there a while with them. They all taking strides. Seeing watching them get better at certain things. It's really good to look at.
What are your biggest goals personally, and I guess as a team as well for this season?
Well, as a team, our goals is to improve on everything. We want to make big strides. We want to work hard for ourselves and achieve our goals we talked about among ourselves. And for myself, I just want to be the best teammate I can be for this season and do big things.
What do you feel like you have to do to be able to elevate yourself into potentially the NFL draft next year, being one of those guys that gets selected?
Well, my parents and we talk about this all the time. I just want to be myself. I don't want to try to just go out there and do extra stuff, extra things. I want to be myself and work hard for the team because at the end of the day, it's a team sport.
Next time.
Probably.
What can Oklahoma and Texas expect going into this conference, and just to you, what kind of stands out about SEC?
Well, SEC play, this is the top level. You don't want to play. It's like the closest thing to the NFL, but Oklahoma and Texas, they look forward to us. At the end of the day, it's football. It's competition, and I feel like they're gonna love it.
Everybody obviously talks up the SEC a lot, but just when you first arrived at the conference, what was kind of the biggest surprise or something you weren't expecting?
Everyone your size can do just about everything you can do.
Tonka, you played some of the biggest and baddest venues in the SEC. How does Willie B compare? Obviously at night, sandstorm going. How does that compare against the other big venues?
Willie B is great, man. Just the walkout. After the walkout, pretty much I just go. I'll be zoned in, but during the walkout, just watching all the fans, all the kids, you know, that's a lot who we do it for, the kids, you know, show them that, like, your dreams can come true. You can be out here doing this too.
You had a big fumble recovery and return against Kentucky to kind of set the tone that game, and that win against the number 12 ranked team kind of propelled you guys. That win, was that kind of the springboard for what you were able to do the rest of the season?
Well, you know, yeah, I'll probably say it just gave us a little bit of confidence, you know, going into the rest of the games. But, you know, we took it one step as a game. We used it as motivation, but it was in the past. Like, after we stopped talking about it, it was over. We had to go on to the next game.
I know you one game at a time, but that game is one that people are saying is going to be the permanent rivalry going forward, whether you're here or not. Is that a game you think Kentucky, South Carolina should be played every year?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good game.
What makes it so intense? Because the games have been close every year, but it seems like every year there's just more, I guess, chippiness to it.
Yeah, I just feel like the competitors between the two teams, and then like the way the media push it, so like it just makes us want to go out there and fight for our coaches.
Appreciate you.
No problem.
That's about your new D-line coach. Can you talk about Jimmy Lindsey, how he helped you, get started in college sports?
Well, you know, Coach Lindsey, yeah, he came in. When he came in, I was playing edge at that time. So, and when I moved into D-line, he was my coach. So I had to learn new things and everything. But that sophomore year, I got changed. I was going through it. I wasn't doing as well as I thought I was going to do. You know, like trying to learn a new position. It was real hard on me, but you know, he tried to keep my head up. I got real down on myself a lot, but I kept tried to keep my head up, and then went into last year, and it I kept going at it. I kept working hard, and it just worked out for me.
You stayed in contact at all since he?
A little bit, yes, sir.
Hey, Spencer showed up. He was new to the team, but y'all voted him captain. What stood out about him when you first met him? Why do you think he got that vote?
Spencer, I tell you one thing about Spencer, he gonna compete. Like, he gonna talk junk, and you know I got no problem with that. Like, you talk junk, I'm gonna talk junk back. But I don't talk as much, but I'm gonna just try to prove it on the field. But I like Spencer, man. He like to compete, and like, who doesn't want that on your team? Like.